explore Japan without knowing Japanese?
For the most part, yeah.
No, because I didn't pull through.
It was easy.
I only know how to say thank you, I think. That's it.
But yeah, I wish I could.
With no problem.
Can you come to Japan without knowing any Japanese? Let's find out and ask foreigners in Japan. Let's go. Do you speak any Japanese?
No, but we tried to learn a little bit before we got here so we didn't look like complete fools. Mildly embarrassed because the pronunciation is probably terrible every time we try to say everything. And then I forget words and then I panic and pull out my translator. So I use a translator usually.
What translator do you use?
I downloaded it on Apple. It's the Translate app.
I have the Google Translate.
Do you speak any Japanese?
I only know how to say thank you, I think. That's it.
Okay, which is?
Arigato gozaimasu.
Hey, that's already a good start. Do you speak any Japanese?
Konnichiwa.
Arigato.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hi. And kampai.
Oh, good.
Important one. I think that's about it.
You know the good basics. You know the good basics. Do you speak any Japanese?
She does.
No.
She does. Yeah. That's all I know.
Did you learn a little bit on an app or at school or?
I did a little Duolingo and I tried teaching myself through websites, but has not been successful.
Not yet. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe get some inspiration here and have a conversation with someone in a store or something. How about you?
I took it in 8th grade, 1 year, and I probably know 2 or 3 phrases. That's all. I don't really speak. So, ohayo gozaimasu, dozo yoroshiku. That's all I got.
Good. Do you speak any Japanese?
No, I would love to. Because we came pretty spontaneous here. I didn't even had the real chance to learn the simple things like thank you, how are you, hello. And yeah, I'm learning it, of course, when I'm going into the store. But yeah, I wish I could prepare it a bit better when it comes to that.
Do you speak any Japanese?
No, not at all.
Do you speak Japanese?
No, but I've been learning with Duolingo.
Okay. How's that going for you?
Not that good. I mean, I know some words and I also know some katakana, but not that good.
But you're getting there. Do you speak any Japanese?
No, as a child I tried learning it, but we didn't go to Japan, so I had no reason to learn it. I was reading a lot of manga and I thought that if I learned it, I can read the latest chapters earlier.
And did that help?
No, because I didn't pull through.
Do you speak any Japanese?
I got through the first level on Duolingo. That was it. But I have not been able to use any of it. No, I don't, I would say.
Because the overall question I was going to ask is, can you travel around Japan without Japanese? What are your experiences so far?
For the most part, yeah, we've gotten around pretty okay, but I would say don't assume everyone speaks English. I think that's the biggest culture shock, actually.
In Tokyo, yes. I think a lot of people speak English here. I'm going to assume we're not going to get as many English speakers in the smaller towns. So
what advice would you give for someone who comes here with zero Japanese knowledge?
learn the basic phrases. We've learned excuse me, thank you, please, stuff like that. So that way we don't sound like absolute jerks. So, but I would say learn everything basic. Where's the airport? Where's the bathroom? Can I order? Stuff like that.
When I assume people don't speak English, they're really good about speaking English too if they can.
Do you think you can do Japan without knowing any Japanese?
You can, but mainly, no. I mean, you can. If you go to the tourist areas, Harajuku, but it's difficult. You have there's so many people here that don't know a word in English. They really only know hello. And you're I get it. It's difficult. For me, Japanese is difficult too. But I really recommend maybe only some basic words or sentences that would help a lot. Or Google Translate. I mean, I'm mainly talking Japanese. I'm not that good, but I try to because I'm studying it. But if I don't really know what to do or what to say, I just take Google Translate and it's my lifesaver.
Do you think you can do Japan without Japanese?
Yeah, I think you can get away with it because I barely speak any and I go out a lot on my own. And I think I can get around a convenience store with no problem. People are okay with helping you get places. Even though you don't know Japanese, they're very openly willing to help you with directions. And they're nice about it. They won't be yeah, it's over here. They'll be yeah, I'll go. It's over here, this way, to the left.
Now, I have a particular question that goes particularly to you. Do you sometimes get mistaken for a Japanese person in Japan?
I do. They usually speak to me in Japanese first. I'm not sure if that's just how they do it to everyone. but my family says I fit in a lot with the locals.
Can you do Japan without Japanese?
I would say like yes and no. I think depending if you can speak or you can't speak, like that depends on your experience. I feel like if you can speak, you're gonna get more of like a cultural intake and you're gonna like have more bonds with people and actually like feel the culture and feel Japan. But I feel like if you can't speak Japanese, I feel like there's always going to be a barrier. If you really want to like feel Japan, I feel like it's best to like learn at least like something, because your experience is going to be totally different if you had some knowledge of Japanese. And I also feel like it's like easier to make friends. If you're here to like stay for a longer, it's way easier to make friends if you know Japanese. You can do Japan without Japanese, but I think people that have like Japanese, like their experience is better.
Can you do Japan without Japanese?
You can, but it's going to be really difficult, I think, in some areas. Like you said, even in the touristy areas, not everywhere do they speak English. And so there's going to be like maybe some uncomfortable silences, or like you're kind of just staring at each other and confusing, like, what the heck is this guy saying, you know? So then you could just whip out Google Translate and like it'll be fine. Even if it's not an accurate translation, they'll get the idea. So just be contextually aware, maybe try to learn a few words, courtesies, stuff like that before coming here.
Can you travel Japan without Japanese?
I hope so. I don't know if Japanese people speak English, but I think they do.
Some do. Not everyone does.
Well, I hope so. Otherwise, it's gonna be a problem. I was in the shop a few hours ago, and there was this woman with her translating phone. So I think it's fine.
As long as you have some sort of translation app, you'll be fine.
It's fine, yeah.
Do you feel like the couple of days that you were here so far, did you need any Japanese?
Would be good, but it's not necessary. You have, for example, in the restaurants, you have pictures from your food, and you can just show the waitress, okay, I would like to have that one, and it's totally fine, and you get along with it.
Do you think you could be in Japan without any Japanese? Do you need Japanese for this trip?
What I can say is that if you're trying to talk English with the people, they can't really talk English. If you want to communicate, you can do with hands and show something, but English is not a thing. And if you want to communicate, you have to speak Japanese.
Do you use any Japanese during this trip?
Yeah, like arigato or like sumimasen. Yeah.
Good. The good basic.
Yeah, I think that's all we used so far.
Does it help?
Yeah, because most people don't know any English or even German.
So far, were you struggling anywhere without understanding Japanese?
No, not yet. People have either been able to understand us and then just point at the way we're going, or if it's the right train or something.
I think that Google helps a lot. Yeah. With both Google Maps for the trains and stuff, and then Google Translate.
So would you say, can you explore Japan without knowing Japanese?
Yeah,
definitely. With an iPhone or a smartphone, then yes.
Just make sure you always have enough battery.
Yeah.
So have you felt that you could go around Tokyo without speaking any Japanese?
Yes, definitely. It was easy. She navigated us from our hotel to here, public transportation. So yeah, absolutely. You can come here without speaking Japanese.
Earlier had people saying they're using translation apps. You're the navigator for them right now.
Yeah, I use Google Translate. That's really helpful, and everything Google helps a lot with this.
Very accommodating, and they're patient with you. You know, I've heard other countries where if you don't speak the language, they give you a hard time, but we found here that they're very accommodating, and in most signs has English translation, a word or two, just so we'll understand what's going on. Yay, Japan.
Can you do Japan without knowing any Japanese? Tokyo, yes. Countryside, probably not. So you should probably learn some of those basics, no matter if you're using an app, a teacher, or a textbook. But don't worry, we got you covered here on the Ash Japanese channel. We've done some videos about language too. What have we not done? Not many things. We've done pretty much everything on this channel. Be sure to check out some of our language videos to learn some Japanese that might help you. And have a great time in Japan. I'll catch you soon on Ash Japanese.